Do you think the recent disruptions have shown us what's needed in the future?
The last couple of years have really led to a number of initiatives across industry to, one, improve the supply chain resilience, and secondly, improve sustainability outcomes. So these are drivers that were always there, but they've absolutely escalated in importance over the last couple of years. Food and grocery manufacturers are looking at their manufacturing operations, but also their entire supply chains to improve efficiencies and resilience so that we can make sure that we are using the most available data, analysing that, and being able to make better decisions. Also looking at how we can move from just-in-time business models to just-in-case business models. And that means that we've got some extra resilience and capacity built into the system to be able to withstand some of the disruptions rather than operating just on this very lean basis, which can expose some gaps when we have some supply challenges.
Every supply chain strategy needs a serious and sophisticated sustainability component, and that takes every part of the strategy and the chain, whether it's processing, whether it's distribution, whether it's the investment side, whether it's scope 3 and taking in all stakeholder input. You need to look at all of these and build them in. The industry is capable of doing this, but needs to take it seriously.
We've got detailed plans by each segment in the value chain, from where we buy to how we move to how we sell, and each of them have detailed plans that allow us to improve methodically in sustainability.
It has to be end-to-end thinking. So we have to make sure that we're working with the right suppliers, the right manufacturing processes, that we then have the right energy supplies and packaging sources, and we talk about it in the correct way with our consumers. And you're going to see that to get to that, you have to have vertical integration. You have to make sure that the linkages are stronger than ever before, and you don't try and have isolated incidents of goodness. You try and connect things together.
Supply chain is critical to our net zero targets, our climate targets, and all of our sustainability targets overall, really. We can't achieve anything on our own, effectively anyway. So what we're aiming to do is partner with our key strategic carbon suppliers and key strategic overall suppliers to ensure that we meet all of our targets and help them in their journey and meeting their targets as well.
What sort of investment is necessary to grow the industry?
There's a really critical imperative to invest more in digital technologies that are going to improve supply chain resilience and also make sure that we've got the most efficient and competitive manufacturing in Australia. There have been some challenges with investing in capital equipment in Australia due to some profitability pressures, and we've certainly been advocating to the government for some measures that will help support capital investment that will retain and grow resilient manufacturing and supply chains in Australia.
Investment today is critical, and if you as a business leader need to ensure you're going to have strong footing for the future, now is the time you have to invest.
Supply chains have evolved to the point now where they're no longer just a poor cousin of the business. They are now a strategic enabler.
The fact that many businesses are looking in this era to make their supply chain shorter provides one of the best opportunities for regional Australia in generations in terms of utilising what is grown in those areas, what is processed in those areas, and to get it as quickly, as efficiently and as reliably as possible into the capital city markets or into the areas for export.
It's wonderful to see a light shone on manufacturing and the important role that it plays in Australia's economy. There are not only direct benefits in terms of employment and output, but there's a lot of spin-off associated with the sector, both in terms of sourcing ingredients and as well as the supply chain multiplier effect. Now, we want to really leverage and grow the sector in Australia, but that does mean that we can't be complacent. We need a strategic focus on food and grocery manufacturing. We need policies that support and incentivise investment. We need policies that are going to attract and retrain people to have the right skills for the industry in the future. And we also need to make sure that we have policies that support resilience in capacity and capability, not only in manufacturing, but also in transport and logistics and infrastructure to be able to move product around the country.